Hello, my people. Welcome to this video. This like a sequel to my previous video, and thanks to all friends and colleagues that reach out to me on that conversation. They lend their voice, make some comments and contributions. I so much appreciate you all. So I also realized that in that topic, I made mention of something that wasn't discussed in the video, which is PCOS. So I want to speak a little on that topic, then add the contribution from the comments I received from friends. Welcome again. Yeah, let's dive into the video. So I myself got to hear about it or know about PCOS some weeks ago, and I had to make some research and ask questions about it. So PCOS is an acronym for polycystic ovary syndrome. It is like an hormonal imbalance that really affects women, and it causes an enlarged ovary with some cysts at the outer edge of the ovary. Some of the symptoms for PCOS is infertility, delay in childbearing. Another thing is menstrual irregularities, when you have a delay menstrual cycle or a painful menstrual cycle, or you have an excess flow in menstruation. This can be caused by PCOS. Another symptoms is definitely obesity, where you have an excess weight and inconsistency in your growth, in your body shape, and all of that. Obesity is one of it, and also excess growth of excess hair on the body. When you see a woman that has beards, that grows beards excessively, or grow hairs on the body, either private parts on your skin, excess growth of hair can be caused by PCOS. And this is not actually a death sentence. It can be managed, it can be controlled, it has a medical solution to it. Just diagnose it early, then speak to your doctor to give you options. There are several options on how to manage PCOS, either by medications, the use of menstrual pills, or some other medical control for it. So there are other hormonal imbalance that can actually cause different effects, different issues in marriage, which is either combination of blood or it is genetic in either the woman or the man. But here we are focusing on this genetic issue, this hormonal imbalance, is hormonal disorder in women at this time. So one of these things that we are mentioning can also cause autism. Autism is one of the hormonal disorder that is also genetic, that is transferable from either of the parent to the child, and this should be discovered, this should be known before getting married or before making moves to start bearing children. So yeah, and another thing that is blood related is the genotype that we mentioned in our previous video, AS, marrying AS, which is not medically advisable. A friend of mine that contacted me, that discussed this topic with me from my previous video, made me to understand. He's definitely a medical doctor. He made me to understand that now there are some things that they are doing medically, but he will not advise anybody to do it despite the medical doctor. So who am I, when I'm not a medical doctor, to not give such advice? So he said that there are ways to discover or to diagnose medical condition of an unborn child, maybe after some weeks of pregnancy, maybe around 8 weeks of pregnancy. And when such irregular growth or a possible medical issues or um, growth imbalance or autism or anything is being discovered in the child's growth, such child can actually be evacuated. They call it clinical abortion. Yes, it now left for us to determine whether clinical abortion is legal based on jurisdiction and whether it is also spiritually correct, I mean biblically correct. So it is now left for us to now have that topic and that conversation. But that conversation is not for this video actually, but it is one of the things that we need to consider, either these things should be adopted or not. But there are ways, according to my medical friend, that told me that they are not doing it, but once the pregnancy is about some weeks, they carry out some tests on the child in the womb, and if they notice any trace of danger that might come up, so they act on it medically. And another thing I would like to mention was from a story, from a true life story of one of my mothers, my counselor, that she shared with us recently when she got married about 23 years ago. She had several issues on when they started, planning to get married, to start bearing children. So she had a lot of miscarriages. She had a lot of evacuation, a lot of flushing. They had to evacuate and flush her home severally because of the issue she faced at that time. So the hospital that they used at that time was diagnosing different things, was just treating something different from what she was facing. But some things happened. Long story cut short, she had to change the hospital and do several tests in different hospitals, where she discovered that the issue is her. The problem is from her because there is this hormone that she needs to produce to to feed the child in the womb. After, I think, when at that phase when the child started having some feeding on that hormone in her body, but her body wasn't producing that hormone. So after that week, around 8 weeks, I guess, or less than 8 weeks, the child will die in her womb. So that will result in miscarriage, and that will result in evacuation. So she faced that on several occasions, that she had to evacuate a lot of pregnancy, not until she found out what the issue is. And it was just a medical solution that was gotten to it with prayers and everything. Whenever she get pregnant, she just needs to use a certain drugs, and that was how she was able to give birth to her first child. Then that was applied in subsequent pregnancy that she had. So this thing is just basically having tests, like conducting a necessary test, having the idea of your medical situation, your medical condition, then act on it. The earlier the better, as they used to say. Once you discover those things early in your life or early in your marriage, you'll be able to control it, you'll be able to manage it medically, those things that can be managed medically, and those that cannot be managed medically. You have to understand the situation and come to accept the reality. If it's what you can pray about or find spiritual solution to it, then you take that step. So it is better to have a knowledge about something than being ignorant about such things. So basically what we are preaching, or what I'm preaching, having this video, having this conversation, is just to do the right thing at the right time, do things in the right way, make the right step, make the right decision, carry things out in the right order. Don't let something deprive you of your right, of your joy. Don't really make some things an excuse for not making some steps or making some further progress in life. Some people have stayed unmarried, or some people have decided not to venture into relationship simply because they feel that their condition should not be a burden to someone else, or they should not, carry that issue into marriage, causing trauma to their partner or having issues. But if you can be open enough, if you can speak out, if you can seek medical attention, if you can seek counseling, go for therapy and all those things, that situation, that condition can actually be solved. It is quite easy most times. It's not as deep, it's not as serious as we take some of those things, or as we carry some of those things to get. That is what is very important and what we should look after. So, my dear viewers and listeners, I want to let you know that subsequent videos can come up, and subsequent conversation can come up around this topic or something else. But I believe you have been blessed, or you have learned one or two things right from this conversation, and I will be expecting your comments, your contribution, your view, either correction. I'm not a medical personnel, so I don't have authority in that regard. I'm just gathering information, gathering knowledge, and coming to share what I've learned, or what I've heard, I've learned over time with you, so that it can benefit everybody. So I'm open to your comments, I'm open to your debate, I'm open to your reservation on this subject matter, and I'll be glad if you can send in your comments, send in a DM, and I'll be glad to receive you. Thank you so much, and see you in another video. Bye.